Hey, Em.
Hey, Rick.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
All right, good deal, good deal. Hey, you remember when the Jetsons made us think that, like, we would have our life together by the age of, like, 25? Oh, and also that we would have, like, flying cars.
Yeah.
Oh, and also that, like, we would have a robot maid who would make everything super easy for us.
Dude, that sounds nice as fuck.
Yeah, they kind of fucked us. On that note, welcome back, all you sibling people. This is Sister Show Me How, a podcast, a place where we help you talk through all the real rough shit. I'm Terrific Rick, host of Sister Show Me How and your how-to sister.
And I'm Trim M, co-host of Sister Show Me How and your other how-to sister.
You really are trim. Look at you.
Thank you. Look at you. We're twinning.
We're terrifically trim.
That's a tongue twister. Yeah. Not even going to try. We're done with that. You know, Rick, I really wish school had taught us more about how to, like, get your shit together and be, like, a functioning adult in society.
Yeah, because the Jetsons sure didn't teach us shit.
No, they thought that we would have robots and flying fucking cars to take care of everything.
I know, and now that's actually kind of a nightmare.
I cannot imagine, like, every once in a while, I've seen some article come up about, like, flying cars or something, and I'm just like, think of all the car crashes we have on regular, God. Land. Can you imagine if we had flying cars?
So detrimental. The car accidents would be, like, so much more dangerous.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Not only are you wrecking into each other, but now you have to fall to your death.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, let's not.
Yeah. It's okay. You know, though, even if school did teach how to get your shit together, they wouldn't do a damn good fucking job of it anyways.
No, because, like, my high school had a financial literacy class, and that did not teach me shit. It taught me how to write a check.
Which we don't even do anymore.
Yeah. And has something with stocks that I never understood. So.
Listen, for all you guys out there who are like, astrology isn't real, guess what? Neither are the stocks. Okay, baby, well, we still all play the game.
Money is entirely a value construct. Like, those pieces of paper, I mean, even pennies. We talk about getting rid of pennies in circulation all the time because it costs more to make the penny than the penny is worth. Because it's a value construct that, like, society has chosen to place on these things. Absolutely. Same with, like, diamonds. Like, that value is a social construct because we decided we liked the shiny hard rock.
Yeah. We want the hardest and the shiniest rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid. So I guess we're just going to have to figure this out for ourselves anyways, because school's not going to teach us, and the Jetsons did a horrible job. Mm-hmm. So leave it to the sisters.
We'll show you how.
Exactly. So first things first, what does it mean to get your shit together? What is preventing me from getting my shit together in the first place? And why do I feel so stuck? Let's talk about it. I think that self-discovery is probably step one. As with everything, we always need to ask ourselves, why? And if we're here wondering, how do I get my shit together? We have to really question, well, why is my shit not together currently?
Valid.
How am I fucking things up?
Yeah. Okay.
How can I course correct? So I think we begin at why we're stuck. And for a lot of us, there's a lot of different reasons for that. Examples could include false objectives. As in, we're chasing something we don't really want to be doing. We're just doing it to appease others. or not knowing who you are, which is where self-discovery will be very important. If you're not showing your full potential, that could be a reason why you feel stuck, because you're living in this fear state. If you have a lack of support, that could be a reason you feel stuck, because you like genuinely can't get yourself out by yourself. Right. That's fair. You may have a fear of external judgment. You could have outgrown your current situation and are unsure how to move into the next bigger fish tank. Yes, absolutely, like you are.
I'm getting there.
Could be disconnected from your values, or you're burnt out, or you're overwhelmed. There's a bunch of reasons as to why. check. Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, there are a bunch of reasons as to why you could be stuck. So really delve deep, get honest, be real with yourself. What the fuck am I doing here? Why do I feel so shitty? What is happening? You know the answers. So then once we figure out why we're stuck, then we have to figure out how to adapt from that point and figure out what getting our shit together actually looks like. For the most part, it just means that you're taking action to change your life. That's all getting your shit together looks like. It sounds like some kind of big to-do list of shit to do, but really it's just one thing. And it's getting your life on the track that you want it on and moving forward with that plan. And how to do that. And that's just going to depend on each person. But essentially, we are making ourselves a solemn promise to get things moving in the right direction. There's no more sitting around. There's no more hoping and wishing. We're not doing that shit anymore. We're adults. We don't play around with wishes, you know? So we're going to make plans and we're going to follow through. You hear me? We're going to make plans and we're going to follow through, baby.
Yeah, I like that. It's like very empowering when you think about it, of like, we're not just going to sit here and like, I think especially when you feel so stuck, it can really make you feel small and like hopeless.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it can feel really empowering to be like, you know what? If I feel stuck, I'm the one who can decide to get myself unstuck. And all I got to do is decide to do it and then do it.
Yep.
It's 2 steps.
You're right. It's 2 steps. And the action plan is kind of the fun part, because you get to experiment with yourself and see like what really works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So how do you get your shit together?
It's actually more than 2 steps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually have 7 steps for you.
I like mine better. It's really easy. It doesn't explain very much. Step 1. How do you get your shit together? You just get your shit together.
You just do it.
Duh.
Just do it. So if you need a little more detail than what Im's providing, I've got 7 steps for you so that you can get your shit together. Step 1, and the most important in my humble opinion, is a sleep schedule. You need a minimum of 7 hours every single night. If you do not get enough sleep, you are not charging your battery enough to be able to be productive in any aspect of your life. And also you are increasing every single risk that you have to get dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay? So if you enjoy your brain and the mental capacity that you currently have, please establish a sleep schedule. Get at least 7 hours of sleep a night and prioritize your rest.
I think recommended is 6 to 8 hours. We will double check.
Yes, you're correct. Recommended is 6 to 8 hours. That's why I said minimum of 7. Because it's right in the middle, and honestly, it takes us about half an hour to really fall asleep into REM cycle, and then half an hour again to wake up. So if you include that in your sleep schedule, that's 7 hours with a bare minimum of 6 hours of real deep sleep.
Okay,
so
fair.
Plan for 7. If you get 8 or 9 or 10, be blessed. If you get 6 or 5, know that you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of bedtime wind down schedules. So something before, like if I plan to sleep for a minimum of 7 hours, that means I'm going to bed at 10, waking up at 5. So that means from 8:30 to 10, I'm not eating any more food. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm winding down. I'm getting things prepared for the next day. And that gives me an extra hour and a half of like a routine to follow to help my body fall asleep. So that way I can depend on the 7 hours of sleep I'm actually going to get rather than just hoping.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like, if I want to go to bed or go to sleep at a certain time, I schedule myself to be, it can be slightly more simple, I think, depending on the person. So, like, for me, I just schedule, I need to be done with all of my get ready for bed stuff and in bed a half hour before I want to be asleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And I think that allowing your body to fall into a routine of winding down will help encourage better sleep.
Yeah. So whether it's like an hour of set or an hour and a half of set tasks, or as simple as you just like that, maybe that's your step one, is doing you just get into bed a half hour before you want to be asleep. Yeah. And then as you work your way up to more of a bedtime, like wind down schedule, you have the set tasks that you want to do. So.
Right. I feel like it's a big help. And like I said, sleep is the number one priority.
Yeah. Especially because I think in today's day and age, especially with phones, and like it's proven that screens trick our brain into staying awake longer. Yeah. You know, there's things you can do to combat that, but I think it's so easy for us to go lay down in bed with our phones, and then all of a sudden you're up at 3 a.m. still scrolling. And
and wondering why you're wide awake.
Yeah, so I think like having something that tells your body and your brain, like, hey, we are getting ready to sleep. Yeah. I think, especially if you are somebody who maybe struggles with insomnia, and I'm not a doctor, so like I can't necessarily 100% be like, yes, this will help you, but it probably will help you, because the more that you establish that time and routine with your body, and the more that your body knows, like, hey, this is what we're doing, like, you're going to start feeling sleepy at 8 p.m. then, because it's like, oh, yeah, we get to go to bed in like an hour. Yeah,
listen, your body does not want to work any harder than it has to. So no matter how chaotic you think you are, no matter how well you do in chaos, you need to have some level of routine in your life at all times. And that begins with a bare minimum sleep schedule, something that your body can regularly depend on for rest. Because if it is not able to depend on being able to move forward with enough energy every day, things in other aspects of your life are going to begin to fall apart, because your body can't depend on the one thing it needs, which is rest. That's why, again, it's step one, because it is the most important step of the day. Fuck breakfast. Because that's something that we'll get into. That's a social construct that is not necessary.
Breakfast ain't going to do shit for you if you only got 2 hours of sleep.
If you can't even keep your goddamn eyes open through the McMuffin, okay? Right. So step two is to prioritize your tasks, i.e. your job, your household tasks, doctor's appointments. Obviously, we still live in a society, and some things have to come first. Like, we need to make sure that we are clothed, we are fed, we are rested, and we have a roof over our heads. So we may need to prioritize our job first. So that means sleep schedule, then our job, then everything else, right? Whatever that is for you, set up a priority list for you and make sure that it actually works for you. Those are your priorities, and stick to it. Step three, like I said before, is to establish a routine. This needs to be flexible and adaptive, because life happens, man. Energy and other people and random cataclysmic events don't give a fuck about your timetable or your schedule. They happen when they happen, and you have to be adaptive to that. That means that your schedule and your routines need to be a little flexible and need to be able to be adapted when life throws us curveballs.
And we also don't want it to become such a crutch that if something does happen that messes up your routine, that you have like a full breakdown.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not healthy either. No. Like, this is a tool to help you. It should not be something that's like the only thing that's keeping you mentally stable. Right.
We're not trying to traumatize you into getting OCD, okay? We're not, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to increase your stress. We're here to help you organize shit so that you can feel confident moving forward. Step 4 is to establish goals. And not some fluffy, out of reach, just sound nice in a dream goals. These need to be actually attainable goals. And I say attainable, not obtainable, because they don't all have to be materialistic things you can hold in your hand. They just have to be things you can actually do. Make it easier on yourself. We want to build your confidence, not tear you down.
Yes.
Step 5, organize your space. This means your brain space. This means your physical body. This means your environment. Start with making your bed. That's the easiest one. You do it right when you wake up. And honestly, it doesn't have to be tucking the sheets and everything. It could just be making sure the blanket is not just a pile at the bottom. Just throw it over the bed and ta-da, made.
That's literally all I do. My bed is never like pretty, except for the first day I get the sheets out of the dryer.
Same. Or if someone's coming over.
Even then, not necessarily, but yeah, I just pull the blanket up so that it, like, none of the sheets are exposed, partially because I have cats and I don't want them to track their little litter all in my sheets, because that's so gross.
You know what? Also, it is biologically better for your bed if you do that with your sheets. Because when you sweat all night, that bacteria and all of the germs like collect, right? And when you don't lay your sheets out, they have spots where they can manifest in denser populations.
It's kind of the same as like your bath towels. Like it's better to hang it out of like over the rod rather than on a hook. Like the hook is still fine, but like if you can do the rod, like that's better.
Yeah, because it's out, it dries out faster, it is an even playing field. It's just it's better for you.
Yes.
Okay, it's cleaner. Step 6, you have to follow through with things. You got to do the work. Getting your shit together is not going to be easy. It's not just supposed to be something that happens without you having to put any effort into it. Otherwise, we would all have our shit together and we would all be living like the Jetsons and no one would be bitching. But here we are bitching. So we got to follow through and do the work, you know? Step 7, watch your self-talk. Man, you cannot expect that you're going to get shit done if you're talking to yourself like you're a belittled little twat. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot say, man, you're good for fucking nothing, you're not doing shit, and then still expect to feel okay enough to actually get shit done. It's not going to work.
This can be sarcastic quotation marks as well. Like, I know we've talked about this previously, where this is something I do. Like, I'm a clumsy bitch, and so, like, instead of tripping and being like, man, I'm so clumsy, I'm such an idiot or something, I say something sarcastic, like, oh, I'm a vision of beauty and grace. You can do that with, like, anything else, too.
Right.
So, like, you wake up in the morning and your face is puffy and you feel really ugly. Like, oh my God, I've never been more beautiful.
like hello, Venus. Is that you?
Ooh, Aphrodite over there.
Yeah. The point is, though, that your brain does not understand sarcasm. So even if you're being sarcastic, watch the words that you use. Make sure that they have a positive connotation and that you're putting good high vibrations into the world when you're speaking to yourself, not low, conniving, belittling sarcasm or vibrations. We don't want any of that.
Yes, absolutely.
This is hard work, like we said. So remember to praise yourself because you deserve it. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
Oh, shit. We all deserve it.
Also, if it's an internal work, potentially nobody else is ever going to praise you for that because they're not necessarily going to see
notice
it.
Yep,
so
exactly.
Praise your fucking self.
Yeah, and honestly, no one else is going to praise you if you don't praise yourself. Because, like, if you talk to yourself in a shitty manner, when you do that, you're teaching other people how to talk to you.
Yeah.
So if you're always self-deprecating and you're always bashing on yourself and shitting on yourself, other people are going to catch on to that, and that's how they are also going to talk to you. Because like we've said before, energy attracts energy. So if you're even in a sarcastic manner calling yourself Aphrodite and like the queen of grace and the king of, what's it called? Riz? Is that what the new word is?
It's short for charisma, I discovered.
You're the king of Riz, right? Yeah. Then other people are going to start calling you that. Yeah. You're going to be the short king. You're going to be the king of Riz. You're going to be the queen of grace. You're going to be Aphrodite.
Riz yourself up. You know what I'm saying.
Whoa there.
Sorry, I know we're not G-rated. With myself. How you doing?
I love that. So cute. I feel like, long story short, the way that we have told people, or the way that we are trying to encourage people to get their shit together, is just one long, big, fancy way to say, get your shit organized.
Yeah. Marie Kondo your life.
Who's Marie Kondo?
She's like that organizer lady. It's like, like, hold it, and if it sparks joy, you get to keep it, and if you don't, throw it away.
The fuck sparks joy?
We can Google it. She has like an internet show, a Netflix special. I've never watched any of her specials or anything, but I remember people talking about like you go through. I think people most often it's talked about when you're like organizing your closet, like going through your clothes, and it's like if it doesn't spark joy, then get rid of it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that makes sense for the most part. I've just never heard it put like that. All right.
But anyways, do that for your life.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it.
Including people.
And your jobs. If your job does not spark joy, you can get rid of it. Just get another one to still have money. And working on it. And moving through
If your job doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. Wink, wink.
Anywho's.
Anywho, I use agendas and planners to get my shit together. I started out with really small, and I didn't really use the monthly originally. I would just use like the weekly stuff. And so then I went larger, and I realized what does work for me and doesn't work for me. I've gone big, I've gone small, I've gone thick, I've gone thin. This is starting to sound really inappropriate. But the point is that I have worked through a lot of failures in what does and doesn't work for me, and eventually realized that this is what worked for me, is a bullet journal. And why is because I get to make it myself. I'm not limited by someone else's unimaginative bullshit. And I make myself dependent on it. This is my brain outside of my brain. All of my thoughts, all of my to-dos, all of my shoulda, coulda, wouldas in this book.
Yes.
Because otherwise, my brain is too full of shit.
Yes.
And I cannot focus. I cannot concentrate.
Yeah. I've also gone through agendas, similar to Rick. Another thing that's worked well for me most recently has been digital planners and stuff. So I have right here on my iPad, I have digital planners. You can buy them from Etsy. You can make them yourself. And I really like because this is accessible on my iPad, on my phone, anywhere I go. And I use my phone calendar all the fucking time because it gives me alerts. Yeah. I need the alerts.
Same. I do those too.
But yeah, so I really like digital planners also because like you can click on the different tabs and it takes you to them things. So it's great. Like, yeah, browse Etsy. You can look on Pinterest. There's tutorials on how to make your own if you're a digital person. And that's then, smart. Yeah, like it's
I'm also a physical person too. Like I have to have it in more places than one. So like in my physical home, I have like wall calendars that I put for like our household bills that are not just for me. I put like our household activities that are not just for me. I put like our chore stuff. I also have a random sticky note. It's like it's just a giant picture frame, and I just put a blank piece of like scrapbook paper behind it for funsies, and I just put sticky notes on that frame, and it's just like random things that are in my brain. Yeah. I have to have it everywhere.
I love sticky notes. I am also a sticky note person, and I stick them everywhere. They're on my desk. I've put them on my mirror before. I've put them in my closet before. Like, and you can also look up like color psychology because it's proven that using different colors of pen, and so by that logic, probably different colors of sticky note, that help you remember things better. So
oh my God, you just ramped up my Monica type A personality to like 10.
Yes.
Because that sounds amazing.
Yes. So we can link this website that I found. It's called Color Psychology, How Best to Use 6 Colors in Learning. That's 3. 6. It's from imaginationsoup.net. I also just love Imagination Soup. That's super cute.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
But yeah, so like you can use color psychology to literally like psychologically train yourself to remember shit better. So
everything's connected.
Yeah, because when I first learned about it, I just learned that using different colors. So like every day in college, when I would go to class, I would try and pick a different color pen.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently there's like specific colors that are also linked to remembering things.
So we have to do more into that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun time. So how else do you feel like what other tips and tricks do you use in your own day-to-day life that help you feel like you're getting your shit together?
So I use smart plugs, and these are, I hate to recommend people to buy things, but you can actually get them for pretty cheap. And they vary in smartness also. So like you can get some where it's as simple as just setting up a timer.
I have some of those.
Yeah, and then the ones that I use connect to my Wi-Fi, and so I have an app on my phone that I can go in and set specific times of day I want them to turn on and off. So in the morning, to help me wake up, I have them programmed to turn on at a certain time. And so that like also helps me train my brain, especially because I know a lot of us use blackout curtains or something. So we're not getting that daylight when it comes in the morning. So that can like, because I mean, I understand we don't necessarily want to get up with the sun.
Right.
But we can still trick our brains into that.
Yeah.
By having the lights turn on. And then I also have them turn off at a certain time. And that signals to me that it's time to start like winding down and getting ready for bed.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I also have timers. We use them for bedtime more than daytime because ours don't come on until we get home from work. Kind of more to like save on energy costs there, but it does help with the bedtime thing for sure. And ours reminds us to feed our fish because we have our fish tank light and a plant grow light attached to the same timer. Yeah. And so once they come on, it's the fishies' daytime, and that's when we feed them. Yeah. So we also cover their tank with a blanket. So if you walk in the middle of the day and their tank is still covered, they probably haven't gotten fed. Yeah. So
I mean, you can use that for like, let's say you have like a desk lamp. Yep. And you want to do something at a certain time. You can have that lamp turn on at a certain time.
There's so many ways that you can utilize visual cues to help you get shit done. There was this one woman I saw on Instagram, and she said that she struggles a lot with ADHD symptoms. Yeah. And that a way that she helps to correlate her mind to get things done is she knows that when she wakes up in the morning, the very first thing she's going to do is get up and pee. So what she did is she established a bracelet ring system. She hung a little thing on near her toilet roller thing, whatever, near her
toilet paper.
Yeah, near her toilet paper thing, and it's a key ring, and it has a bunch of different bracelets on it. And attached to each one of those bracelets is a task that she needs to do, like brush her teeth, take her medicine, get dressed, prepare her water bottle, whatever. Yeah. And as she does those things, she takes the bracelet off.
I've seen people do it with like they have it's like like keychain, like labelable keychain things, so that it like, you have a bunch of these like bungee cord type bracelets on your wrist, and then it has these keychain things that like rattle, so you get annoyed, and so you want to do the task.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was too. Yeah. I hadn't thought about the fact that like it would annoy you and you want to get it over with. It was just like a very obvious reminder of I need to get these things done.
That's a great idea to put it by your, because I do the same thing. As soon as I get up, the first thing I do is pee.
I think we all do. We've been asleep for 7 hours. Like our bladder's like, hello, gotta pee.
Right, like let me fucking go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's part of the reason I use an hour and a half for my bedtime, is because technically you're not supposed to eat or drink an hour and a half before you go to sleep to help with digestive issues.
I knew about the eating, but I didn't know about the not drinking either.
Yeah, well, because it helps you to not like get woken up in the middle of the night because your bladder's not quite as full. Obviously, a lot of your systems like shut down with you for the night, so like your body doesn't really keep digesting food. Your kidney doesn't keep processing urine or anything, but those things are still in there. They're just like sitting overnight, and that's where the issues come. Is because they're just sitting in there and your body's not doing very little work to like process it.
Okay, that's
because you're
fair.
asleep. Yeah.
Interesting. I always drink right up until I go to sleep. Sometimes, like, the other night, because I've been feeling really dehydrated and, like, my skin's dry and my lips are chapped, I, like, literally was, like, I had just, like, set my phone down and was like, okay, I'm gonna, like, go to sleep, and I, like, chugged a bunch of water, and then, like...
Yeah, technically we're not supposed to be getting up in the middle of the night to pee.
I don't do that.
Really?
Very rarely do I wake up in the middle of the night to pee.
Okay, well, you might be okay then. But still, that's the general rule, is to not eat or drink an hour and a half, because really anything that disrupts your sleep pattern is really not detrimental to your health. Like, if you talk to a sleep doctor, cats. I know, the cats, dude.
That's what wakes me up more than anything else. And
it's a problem. Like, we need to figure out how to work with our cats and compromise on a way that we can actually get our full thing of sleep. Because every time they wake us up, they interfere with our sleep, and it's so fucking bad for us. So bad.
I will excuse my one because he's 6 months old, so he himself has zero routine, basically, because he's
But he's got older siblings. He can learn.
He's learning. He's gotten better.
No excuses, even from a 6-month-old.
It's just like this week, since I've been off of work for a week, I was like, I'm just going to let them all out and, like, see if we can kind of, because I'm tired of putting them up every night and, you know, having to have a whole room for the cat to sleep in. And I'm not sure it's going to last past this week. Yeah. He might have to go up until he's older, because, like, it's just, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot. Our newest one likes to fight. He likes to play fight at like 3 o'clock in the morning when our other ones are asleep. Like, most of our cats will just sleep through the night with us. There is one that I have to put up every single night because he's just a nuisance. But our newest one, he likes to play fight. And so you'll wake up in the middle of the night to him going, Rawr! And then, like, jumping on one of the other cats. And you're like, get out of here. Like, you're causing a problem. We're trying to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
The old one wakes up like, what the fuck is wrong? I'm gonna murder you. Get off of me.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we got to get more intentional about making sure that we're getting our shit together and following through with those things.
Yeah.
Which is why we talked about intention at the beginning of the year, because you're not going to be able to get your shit together. You're not going to be able to follow through with your New Year's resolutions until you are intentional with your actions and your behaviors and your habits.
Especially because, like, speaking of resolutions, I'm not sure if we said this in our intentional episode, but I feel like most often people make resolutions and it's just I want to do this, or I'm planning to do this. And, like, you really have to be intentional to set the steps of how you're going to go through with that.
Yeah, exactly. So. I think we did, but it is good to reiterate that.
Yeah.
Because you're right. That being said, my sisterly advice would be to experiment with whatever works for you, and to remember that it is all about trial and error, not just getting your shit together, but your whole life. And so don't be too hard on yourself if the first couple of tries don't take. Just try again, do something else. So go ahead and chew that over, and then come back next week and let's talk about what to do about it. Until then, we are so glad that you were here with us today to chit chat. Feel free to take what you need and leave what you don't. And join us in the next chat if you feel like it. Or take a break from all the chit chat and watch us do some actual work on our brand new DIY channel, only on YouTube.
Also, don't forget to check out our social media. We try and post how-to guides and bonus footage from our previous episodes. And while you're there, why don't you guys tell us what's going on in your world? What can we do to help? After all, that's what a sister's for.
Bye, guys.
I feel like I've done it in my teeth.
You're good.
Okay. Maybe they're just gritty then.
Yeah. Okay. You're not gonna like it, but that's gonna be a blooper now.
I know, as soon as I did it, I was like, she's going to take this and put this in the blooper reel.
Any chance I get to embarrass us in the blooper reel, I take it. I take it. Ready, Freddy Spaghetti?
Yeah. Phones, I thought yours stopped recording for a second. It's because mine has it up at the top and yours has it at the bottom, so it freaked me out.
Remember Join us next time in feel free to take what you need and leave what you don't, and join us next time in the God damn you. What is this line?
Join us in the next chat when you feel like it, if you feel it.
As for
we want to talk.
I'm glad you did it too.
I'm so close.
You were so close. I was like, damn, she's gonna get it in one shot, and I fucked mine up in 3.
We want to talk about it. What is the line? What can we do to help? Fuck me. Okay. Also, don't forget to check out our social media. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna start from the half, and you started all the way over.
No, I'm starting from the beginning.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, we did it.
Not 15 takes later.